I met my girlfriend back in 7th grade, not over social media and not through some friends setting us up at some party. We were just two people who had the same kind of energy and became best friends. I've wanted to talk about this story on this channel before, I just haven't because it's pretty personal, but I think it actually says more about how relationships really work than any other dating advice video I've really seen out there, because I think there's a lot of lies about how this stuff is really supposed to go. The first time we interacted was actually when she came into my friend group from a mutual friend, but like I mentioned before, it wasn't like they were trying to set us up kind of thing. We didn't know each other, but from that one lunch period, we basically became best friends almost immediately, and we FaceTimed all the time and would even hang out outside of school pretty often. If we were hanging out with our own friend group, then we were already together a few hours before doing our own thing. I don't think there was a specific moment, but I think at some point we both just knew we liked each other, and it was pretty obvious, but nobody said it out loud because it was funny. All of our friends knew, but to me it was super scary to say anything because we had such a good friendship that if anything didn't work out, I didn't want to just like straight up lose her, you know? So neither of us said anything. We just kept hanging out, just kept being best friends, kept living in this weird like holding pattern where the feelings were there in plain sight, but neither of us like really touched them. And I think that's the first thing I want to pull from the story because it's not really about her and me specifically. It's about basically everybody who's ever liked a friend. We treat saying something like it's some massive, irreversible risk. Like the second you say it out loud, you've detonated a bomb or something. And I think sometimes that's true, but in this case, for our own case, the actual risk isn't saying it directly. It was the years you lose by not saying anything at all. Because that's exactly what happened to us. Middle school ended, we went to different high schools, and just like that, the daily thing that had been the center of both of our worlds for a couple years was just gone. And there was no dramatic fight, no sad story, just the fact that we were starting something new and we wouldn't really be around each other anymore. I'm not going to talk about high school all too much because, to be honest with you, it wasn't some awful time where I sat around thinking about her every single day. Life happened, other people happened, but I think it's important to say that I still thought about her because she was the first girl that I ever really had feelings for, and those feelings were kind of always just sitting there dormant. Nothing was resolved at the end of the day. Come the end of senior year, though, I made some new friends and I started to work out. And although it took me about 4 years to get to the point that I was at, I was feeling pretty confident. And after scrolling on my phone at night, I ended up adding her on a social media platform, only to go to bed and wake up and find that I was literally added back. And looking at the past, it's crazy because, like, almost no time had passed at all, and we had picked up our friendship almost exactly where we had left off. Except this time we were a lot older and could actually talk about how we felt. And that was it. That was how we ended up together. Not a system, not a strategy, not a single tactic from a single dating video. Just two people who liked each other due to their circumstance. And I think that's the biggest and most simple piece of advice I could give, and it's literally not to go searching. I've had other long term relationships, and each of them I've gone searching, but none of them have lasted as long or nearly has been as strong emotionally as the one I have with my girlfriend now. Okay, here's a part where I want to zoom out because I think there's a version of this story that doesn't end in sunshine and rainbows, and I think we got really lucky. I think plenty of people have had almost exactly the same story and don't reconnect, and it's not because they did something wrong, it's just because that's how it goes sometimes. So this isn't like a go text your middle school crush tonight expecting to be in a relationship for a few months. I'm telling you this because of what it actually reveals about how connection really works and what being friends with somebody before you get into a relationship with them can do rather than just searching out of desperation. But I will say, if you feel like you've missed your window with someone or you feel like your timing never lines up, like you're just watching life happen to other people while yours stays on pause, I'm not going to tell you it'll definitely work out because I don't actually know that, but I will tell you that it works for me. Some things really are over, but some things are just waiting on you to become somebody who can actually hold them.